Hey guys, what's going on? So I've got some pretty bad news. Basically now the TSA has come out and said that anything bigger than a cell phone, your cameras, your drones, all your gear that's electronic and that's bigger than an iPhone has to come out of your bag completely, and there can't be anything on top of it or below it. So basically how laptops have been treated in the past. You have to put them in a bin by themselves. The reason this is so bad, especially for us who have lots of camera gear, think about it, your cameras, your drones, your hard drives that are bigger than a cell phone, most of them generally are, your power packs, your iPads, basically any electronic device that you're gonna use when you're abroad and shooting now has to be pulled out and be put in a bin by itself. So this is gonna be very frustrating for a lot of us out there who carry lots of gear. For me, I bring like multiple cameras, I bring multiple drones, I bring just lots of electronic gear. Now the good thing is you don't have to pull out your lenses, you don't have to pull out all the accessories necessarily unless they're electronic and they're bigger than a cell phone, but the cameras themselves have to come out and like everything else that's electronic. So here's what the TSA had to say. It's critical for TSA to constantly enhance and adjust security screening procedures to stay ahead of evolving threats and keep passengers safe. By separating personal electronic items such as laptops, tablets, e-readers, and handheld game consoles for screening, TSA officers can more closely focus on resolving alarms and stop terror threats. It is possible that passengers may experience more bag checks. However, through extensive testing, TSA identified ways to improve the screening procedures for quicker and more targeted measures to clear bags. So the good news with all this is that they're not banning any items yet. You never know, in the future they might, but basically everything that you've been taking through security at airports now, you can still take through. So don't worry about that. What you have to worry about is how you're gonna get through security and how frustrating it's gonna be pulling all your gear out. So I've got a couple tips to make it very easy to get through security. Number one is get TSA Precheck. Let me tell you guys, this is amazing. When you get your TSA Precheck, you're not gonna have to remove your gear from your bags. You're not gonna have to take off your shoes, your jackets, your watches. As soon as I got TSA Precheck, it made a world of a difference because carrying all this gear, even when it was just pulling laptops out of the bag, when you don't have to pull anything out, you just throw your bag on and walk through, it makes it so much easier. That is like the number one thing to do. Get your TSA Precheck, and then when you get your boarding pass at the airport, make sure it says TSA Precheck on the ticket somewhere so that you don't get screwed and have to go through the standard line and pull all your gear out and just, it sucks. There are some instances where the TSA Precheck doesn't work. Sometimes they just randomly select you to go through the normal lines instead of going through the, TSA Precheck lines, which sucks. I've had it happen to me on our last trip coming home from Ecuador. That happened. Rachel got TSA Precheck and I did not. So I got stuck in a 2-hour line to get through security. It's a good thing we had a long layover, but it was very frustrating. So the second tip I have for you guys is make sure your gear is accessible. Make sure that everything's at the top of your bag or it's in separate bags in your bag so you can just pull stuff out and put them in the bins. That's one of the most frustrating things when you're going through, security at airports is that there's so many people, everyone's pushing and shoving, everyone has somewhere to get, nobody's very courteous when you're in that scenario. So to make it as easy as possible for you, what you should do is have your stuff ready so that when you get there, you throw your bag on the table, you can pull out either the couple of bags that has all your electronic pieces in it and then put those in bins separately, or just have everything at the top of your bag so you can just grab, throw it in the bin, get yourself through. Guys, other things like wear clothing that doesn't require a belt, wear shoes that are easy to slip on, slip off, don't wear a jacket, don't wear watches, don't wear necklace, jewelry, anything like that. Basically make it as easy as possible so that you get there, you put your bag on the table, you pull the electronics out, and you walk right through. If you have to sit there and deal with belts and everything else, it's gonna be a big pain and it's just gonna make it that much more frustrating. Guys, we've been going through TSA a lot the past few years and we've tried to get it down to a science just to breeze right through. First, get TSA Precheck. I'm gonna tell you that is the easiest thing and the best way to get through security. Also, if you're doing a lot of international travel, get global entry. Let me tell you, it is amazing. You literally just walk through customs. So that is my biggest tip when you're dealing with security lines. But other than that, you have to make it as easy as possible for you to get through the line and not deal with too much shuffling. If you're carrying lots of gear, there's a chance you're gonna get stopped. So just make sure that you have it easy, accessible, everything laid out so you can just go through it, show them that it's cameras and drones and hard drives and all that stuff, and make it really easy so they can just be like, okay, I get it, it's cameras, move on. TSA is dealing with a lot of people, there's a lot going on, they're assessing security threats, so make it easy for you and make it easy for them so they don't have to sit there, pull apart your stuff, just to find like an extra camera body or something that was deep in the bag and you forgot about. So guys, I know this is really unfortunate, but it is something that we have to deal with. Being filmmakers or photographers and traveling, it just is what it is. Security is always changing and it depends on where you're gonna be. So guys, that's some information to make it easier when you travel through security here in the US. So guys, I hope that was helpful. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We got lots of tips and other things revolved around photography and filmmaking. Guys, I'll see you on the next one, and I hope that this video will help you breeze through security. All right, see ya.